In some jurisdictions, surveyors are required to meet ALTA or ACSM positional tolerance testing. StarNet can be used quite easily to establish that you have met these tolerances. In this article, we're talking about a standard of 2 centimeters or 0.07 feet plus 50 ppm as the test to be performed on all connections within a network. Let's go into StarNet and I'll show you how to use the positional tolerance test. The relative positional tolerance test is to be applied to connections within a network or between stations in your network. By default, StarNet will always compute a relative error ellipse between stations, and I'll just exaggerate the error ellipses here so you can see where they would appear, and they express how confidently you've connected between two different points that are connected. And these error ellipses can also be used to test against the ALTA ACSM standards. So I'll close this up and I'll show you in your project options. In the special tab, we've got this feature here. You can turn on perform check on specified connections, and here I've entered the constant and ppm standard that was in the article we're looking at. By default, StarNet will perform a test on all of the connections, and it will perform the test on all of the measured connections. So now that I've turned this option on, when we run the adjustment, we'll find in our listing that there's a new section. If we go into error propagation, positional tolerance, you can see I've already got it highlighted. And so here you've got right now a summary of all of the measured connections within the network. We've got what the semi-major axis dimension would be allowed for by the positional tolerance computation, and then the actual. And then you've got a ratio between the two, and if this number ever ends up being over 1, then an asterisk will be displayed to show that it has failed. And we've also got a summary here of the number of connections and the number of failures. Now that's a test on all of the measured connections. An alternative way of doing it is to use the PTOL option. So that's the positional tolerance option. And what that allows me to specify is that instead of the measured connections, I'd like to perform connections between these pairs of points. And then we'll test those against the ALTA standards. And the positional tolerance inline has quite a few additional options. I encourage you to search up PTOL in the help file to learn more about those options. Now that I've turn this option on, now we're going to have connections only between the stations that I've specified, and again we've still got that same standard, and you can see here that it has passed the connection in all cases. You can include the positional tolerance in your listing as part of your reported final deliverables. Thanks for learning about the positional tolerance test.